o'clock every single day. What I will be doing is sometime between 9 and 10 most days I'll be jumping in and doing a live. It might be that I have to do them in the afternoon, but this month is a mad month. And you know what? It's the month of Easter, which is really exciting. So we've got a couple of weeks where hopefully you are going to take some time off. It's the Easter holidays here in the UK starting at the end of this week. We've got Good Friday and Easter Monday and Easter Sunday, and hopefully very, very much that you are taking some time off. Let me know in the chat box. Let me know if you're taking some time off, what your plans are for the Easter holidays, and you all deserve some real rest, and I am hoping that you're going to take it. Here in the UK, it's the end of the tax season. We finish back in February. You should not be up to your ears and working really hard here in the UK. Hopefully in America, you're just coming out of tax season and not working too hard. And you know, maybe we can have a little bit of time to relax and enjoy ourselves over the next couple of weeks. So again, another reason why when I go live will be a little bit up and down. It won't be the same time every single day. Let's give that a go. Let's see how that works for everybody. And if you miss me being live at the same kind of day, then let me know. But yeah, let me know. What are your plans for Easter? Let me know in the chat box. All right, let's talk about pricing today. Today is, I don't know, I feel a shift happening here in the UK. We're coming out of lockdown over the next couple of months. It's slow. We've had the majority, you know, we've had over 50% of the people are now vaccinated. You know, we are starting to look to the future, and hopefully things are a little bit more exciting. However, one thing has not changed over the past year and a half, and that is the profession's ability to actually price so that you price on value rather than pricing on who's the cheapest. Now, I just want to run through something with you and just hopefully help you understand and get your head around pricing, and maybe help you understand a little bit about how you could reposition yourself with regards to pricing your accounting and bookkeeping services. So let me just share my screen. As you can see in front of us is a bell curve, all right? And I'm going to use this to explain a little bit about how I want you to look at pricing of your services. So before I start, let's just have a look. With price, when people think about pricing, they see it as a single cost. It will cost £2,000 to work with me. Single cost. Very, very simple. This is how much it costs. What I would like you to think about is how can we, instead of having price as a single cost, how can we show them that they have options and that they can compare different opportunities with different prices? So if you are looking at getting a new client, you can give them the option about how they want to actually buy your services. Now, if you are doing a single price and you say to them, right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how expensive do you think $10,000 is? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. So 10 being expensive, 1 being not so expensive. And then on that scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to ask you this question actually. On a scale of 1 to 10, let me know in the chat box, how expensive do you think $10,000 is? Do you think that's a lot of money, a little bit of money? 10 being a lot, a little bit being 1. Let me know in the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, I would say that the majority of you would class 10,000 as an 8 or above. It's a lot of money, okay? However, if I said this to you, let's go back here. I'm going to reduce that down slightly. If I said to you $10,000 is the price, but by investing $10,000, you're going to get an ROI of $100,000. So by working with us, Mr. or Mrs. Accountant or bookkeeper, you invest 10,000, I'll give you back 100,000. Now, when I ask you what the price is, if I say, do you think 10,000 is expensive or not expensive? The chances are you're going to come back and say, well, do you know what? Actually, I don't think that's expensive. I think if I invest 10,000 and I get 100,000 back, then that's a 3 out of 10 and it's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be. Okay, so we have to compare. So when we articulate our price, we have to put an ROI on it, a return on investment. And what happens is if there is no ROI, you find that your at this end of the bell curve. We all know what a bell curve is. We know that on the left-hand side is where things are the cheapest, and on the right-hand side, this is where things are most expensive. So let's have a look at a bell curve for pricing for the accounting profession. Okay, let me come here. Right, first of all, we have cheap. Okay, buy my accounting services. They are this price, they're super cheap, do you want to buy? This is the fastest way to the bottom, but I see a lot of accounting firms, because they can't articulate the difference between them and the accountant down the road, what happens is you sell yourself cheap, you compete on price. Then the next level is not cheap, but we are compliance. We will do all of your compliance work. We'll make sure that you are HMRC compliant. We'll make sure that your taxes are done. We'll make sure your VAT is done. We'll make sure all of that's done. And this is our price. Okay. Now, most of you sell at this end of the bell curve. Okay. As we start to think about how we're going to articulate our services, though, we can actually say to our clients, right, you have a few options. We can do the compliance work, which will be this kind of price, or alternatively, we could offer you some advisory. And that advisory will help you plan. Okay, so this is planning. That advisory will help you plan. We're going to have a look at your accounts. We're going to have a look and see what's happening in your business, and we're going to help you plan for the future. Now, the investment for that is slightly more. It's this price, okay? And that is an option. Then what we do is we say, right, we can also offer you this, and this is advisory, but it's more along the lines of consulting. So we are going to work with you. It's going to be bespoke. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to plan for the future. We're going to look at the past. We're going to analyze all of your numbers. We are going to give you the best advice. And the advice and the work that we're going to do together is going to be more expensive. But as you price more expensive, the important thing, let's go back to here, okay? The important thing is the ROI on working with you goes up. The return on investment. So what happens is down here where it's cheap, it is a cost to work with us. However, when we're up the other end of the bell curve, it's an investment. And up here might be £10,000 and down here might be £1,000 or $1,000. Okay, but this just disappears because we're ticking boxes. This £10,000 could grow to £100,000. And when you start to articulate your pricing and when you start to articulate your services in this way, instead of it being a cost, it becomes an investment. And this is what I want you to think about when you are pricing your services. Because if you try and sell to people on the low end of the bell curve, if you try and be the cheapest, you're only ever going to be seen as a cost. However, if you can learn to articulate and share why working with you on advisory, why bringing you in as a consultant, why bringing you in as a coach to enable people to benefit and actually have an investment with you. So they invest 10,000, they get back 100,000 because of the advice that you're going to give them and the hand holding you're going to give them. Then it's easier to sell a £10,000 product or a $10,000 product. And once you understand your value, once you understand that you want to transform the lives of a business rather than just be a cost, then you'll be able to articulate exactly what you do and how you do it in a way that you're confident to say, these are your options, which one would you like? And most people, let's just quickly go back to the bell curve, most people will choose here. So let's just go, okay, so this bit here, that's where most people will fall. Now there are a few people that would say, do you know what, actually, I want the best of the best and I really want to invest. So they will come here, okay? But you do not want these clients. You do not want the clients that are cheap. And if you do want compliance clients, if you do want compliance clients, then that's okay. But you want to be pricing it over this side of it where you can charge more, okay? So you need to be thinking what we're aiming for is to get the clients that value you, and what we don't want to have is the clients that are cheap. And if you're cheap, then you're not articulating your value. So let me know what's been your biggest takeaway from what I've gone through here. Where do you sit on the bell curve? Are you selling cheap or are you selling consulting? Okay, I look forward to hearing from you and let me know what's been your aha moment from this video. If you would like some support with your pricing and going out and getting those higher value clients, getting those better clients for better profits, then comment the word momentum below and I will get you all the details. Catch up with you soon.